Good morning. Good morning, Spirit World. Is there anyone here this morning that wants me to know of their presence? Is there anyone here with me at all this morning? If so, can you please touch the REM-POD? Can you touch the antenna, the side of it, anywhere, just to let me know that you are here? It will not hurt you. All it's going to do is set off an alarm. So when you touch it, it's just going to light up and beep. And that is to let me know that you are here. It doesn't hurt you or me. It can be a little loud, but that is, honestly, that's it. So please don't be afraid to use it, and please don't be afraid to let your presence be known. Can you please touch the REM-POD for me? I'm going to zoom in and explain this thing a little bit better. A little bit. Okay. So you see there is 4 lights. So depending on, well, there's 4 little bulbs. Depending on where you touch it, those little bulbs will light up. Either green, blue, yellow. They light up different colors. And it kind of gives you an idea of where it's being touched at. There's the antenna that also will light up and make a buzz noise if it is touched. If there's anyone here with me this morning, can you please touch the REM-POD? Sometimes if I kind of like start a session and then go about like whatever it is that I'm doing and just kind of not forget about it, but give them time, it'll start going off. So like leave it on and then maybe I run to the bathroom or something and then like come back. Sometimes it'll go off, which I might do here in a minute. Just kind of set the camera up for it and then go and do something and just kind of leave it recording to see if anything or anyone touches it. If there's anyone here, please touch the REM-POD just as you've done before, okay? Just let me know that you're here with me this morning. Do it. There it goes. Good morning. Thank you so much. Can you do that again? Can you touch it again for me? Just gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see it. It's blinking. Can you make it beep for me? Thank you for doing that. Good morning. I appreciate you being here with me and letting me know that you are here. Can you give me a stronger beat? Can you touch it just a little bit longer? Please. So there's a little red light. You see? There we go. Thank you. Can you make it beep a little bit longer? Can you hold it? Can you just hold it where it constantly goes beep? Thank you so much for doing that. See? And it's still lighting up. Hopefully you can hear the beeping. Can you hold it a little bit longer? Can you physically touch it and just make it, I know you're touching it now, but can you hold on to it? And you can see in the reflection there's nobody near the REM-POD. If you look behind the REM-POD in the reflection. And I'm just zooming in. I'm not getting any closer to it. Can you hold it down for me, please? Grab onto the antenna and just hold the antenna. Can you do that? You see the blinking light? That is letting us know that there is something touching it. It is detecting somebody. It only blinks when it's detecting. So there's somebody trying to communicate with us. If you can't specifically hold on to the antenna, can you just touch anywhere on the REM-POD? Give it all you got. Try to make the whole thing light up. Give it one really good touch and try to hold it if you can, please. You can see it's still detecting because it's still beeping or still blinking. Thank you. You can see it's still blinking. I'm just going to give them a minute to try to touch it and light the whole thing up, because I can't imagine that it's, like I said, an easy thing to do. I have no idea what it's like. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate you letting us know that you're here. Are you a family member? If you're a family member, can you make it beep? You can see that it's still blinking, which is really incredible, because sometimes you get absolutely nothing at all on this thing. I've had pretty good luck with it, but I've seen videos of people who have used this and just don't have the best of luck. Sometimes it just won't go off at all, but for me it's been pretty active, so I'm very thankful for that. And it's still blinking away. Can you try to beep? Touch a little bit harder for me. I can see that you're trying. This video is 9 minutes long. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it with it being so long. So this is just documenting that you're here. This is letting us know, letting me know that you do still exist, that you are still present. There is an afterlife, and our soul never dies. And this is just a way of me being able to provide some evidence of that and prove that that is indeed the truth. You can see the lights still blinking. So whoever's here with us is definitely here. And they're definitely letting their presence be known because that light has been nonstop. So there's two lights. Like I said, there's the big one in the back and then the tiny one in the front that just continuously is beeping or blinking. Can't really see it that good in the video, but it is separate from the big light. The big light does not blink when there's detection, like unless it's physically touched. I think it lights up and starts changing colors. But when there's a detection of someone or something around it or touching it or trying to interfere with it, that little one will blink. It's just hard to see that they're separate lights on the camera for some reason. And it is still blinking. Sorry, I'm messing with my zoom so that way it can be seen in different distances. Can you touch the side of the REM-POD? Or can you touch one of the bulbs that's on the REM-POD? There's 4 little bulbs on the top. Are you able to physically just press down on one and just hold it? Sorry, my Alexa's sending some kind of message. And it's still detecting. Can you beep the REM-POD? Can you cause it to beep again? Please? And you can see again in the reflection, there's nobody down there near it. Can you touch the REM-POD, please? Can you make it beep again? Now that the heater's off, we could probably hear it better. For some reason, it's hard to hear on video. It's still detecting, so whoever's here is here still. I don't know if they're having a hard time getting up enough energy maybe to have it go off the way that I'm asking it to. Not really sure. I don't really know how it works on the other side when it comes to these things. But this is enough for me. This is enough to make me happy. Because indeed there is someone here, and these devices do not go off unless they are physically being touched or whatever settings you may have them on. You can see it's still blinking. Can you cause the REM-POD to beep, please? Can you set off the alarms by touching it? I will say that this is the longest that little light has gone off for me. There'll be times that it goes off and then it stops, and then it might come back and then it stops, but it has never, excuse me, it has never continued to blink this long, ever, since I've been using this. And I've used it right much since getting it. So yeah, that's pretty cool to me, the fact that it's just constantly detecting. Really cool. So I know that you're here, and I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you coming through and trying to help use this device to communicate. But are you able to set that alarm off anymore? Can you make it beep again? Just hold on to it, okay? Don't let go. Hold on to it. Okay, the light's not blinking, but it's steady. Steady again. You're doing a great job with the detection of you. But can you try to physically run your hand through the REM-POD? Just run your hand through it if you have to. If you have to slap it, slap it. Whatever you have to do to make it beep. You can see the light is still going off. It's constantly detecting. It's like not stopping at all, which is so cool because that has not happened yet with the straight detection. Really cool. I give you permission, only in good, love and light, to use some of my energy if you need to in order to have that REM-POD go off. If you need some of my energy, you're more than welcome, with all good intentions, to activate the alarm on the REM-POD. Can you do that? There's a couple different experiments that I want to try with this. Apparently water holds energy. Spirits clearly need energy. The more the better, the more the stronger to come through. So I'd like to try some experiments with water, like having water just sitting around the room, which I do. I have water in all of these different plants. There's 3 bottles and then another jar. There's some up there. Like I have them all over the room. I have 2 bottles over there and then some here in the window. So they're everywhere. If you need energy, I have several things of water sitting around the room. You're more than welcome to use some of that water if you need to. Yeah, so I'd like to test this in a couple different ways, using water and candles and just different things to try to see what I can do to help them with energy, if that's even possible, in order to communicate a little bit better, to help them come through. I don't know if it has to be like running water, flowing water, outdoor water. I'm not really sure, but I also live right beside a pond, and I'd be willing to go outside and sit by that pond and see if I get any more activity than what I get here inside my house, just because I'm closer to the pond down there. See if that makes any bit of a difference. And as you can see, it's steady beeping. Well, not beeping, blinking. So it's steady detecting. Can you cause the alarms to go off again, please? I have water sitting around the room. If that's something that you need, you're more than welcome to use some of my energy. If I have to light a candle, I'm not sure, you know, if that would even help, but you know, that's an option. So, another thing that I want to do is I have some personal belongings of loved ones who have passed, and I'd like to get those things out and set them near or around the REM-POD to see if that, you know, causes up any more activity than what I'm getting. This is amazing to me. This light has been non-stop, and it's steady right now. There it goes, blinking again, which means there's a presence. But yeah, I'd like to, I have some things that belong to my grandfather, who I was really close to and I just love and miss so much. And I know that he's always with me, but I'd like to get some of his things out and set them around the REM-POD and try one of these sessions. We have some photos and stuff of my father-in-law who just recently passed. Still very fresh to us, and see if that helps any. And then another family member, we have several things in the house that belongs to him. He wasn't blood to me, but he was blood to my family, and he recently passed too. And so we have some of his things here. Now you can see that the light is no longer blinking. It's not even steady. I don't know if you, there we go. Okay, there it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. And there's nobody near it. Thank you. Can you do that again? I don't know, maybe they like the idea of me setting things around the REM-POD that belong to them. That was really cool. So yeah, I have several things of people who have passed. Also, the building, there we go. The building beside, thank you for that. If you can do it again, let me know that you can do it again, okay? Beside us is an old store, and the old owner is no longer here. He passed away, and apparently, you know, something tragic had happened to him, and he was like a really, really nice man, and just, I've heard nothing but great things about him. And so this property, there it goes again. This property was left. Basically, it was owned, but it wasn't, nothing was done with it for a really long time. There it goes, beeping again. If you can hold on to it as long as you can to get it to beep as loud as you can. Yeah, so we've done a lot of work to this property since we were so fortunate enough to be able to live here and turn it into such a beautiful place and have such an amazing place for our child to grow up in, and a lot of space to run around in. Our backyard used to be nothing but bushes, trees. It was just old stuff piled up from the store. So we've done a lot of work to this property, and sometimes I'll sit here and, you know, ask, you know, Mr. Mumal, the owner, you know, are you proud of what we've done to your property? Are you okay with us being here? Thank you for letting us, you know, have this space. And, you know, because this was all his, and it still is his, and the store is still there, and we use the store, his Pride and Joy, for storage now, and we try to, you know, upkeep the inside as much as we can. Thank you. Oh yeah. Wow. You hear that? Thank you so much. Is this Mr. Moomaw? Moomaw, are you here with us? Yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm talking about him and his store, and the last time I did, this thing went crazy. And here we go again. So yeah, his store is his pride and joy. We still have his stool in there that he sat in. We still have his business license. His, I guess it's a license to be able to sell alcohol is still in there. Some of his like cigarette labeling things are in there. We have a lot of old bottles, which actually, it's really ironic because I have them sitting around my living room with plants in them that we have found in the property in the ground while doing work and stuff. And we've cleaned them out and put plants in them. So we have tons of bottles in the store. A lot of, you know, his things are still in there. And we have no desire to get rid of his license and his chair. And, you know, those things are personal. There's a few things in there that belong to him, and we want to keep it that way. So, yeah, someday I'll take the REM-POD in there into his store and see if we get any activity, see if this alarm goes off anymore. But I do know that he is here with us because it's steady going off. It's not beeping right now, but it's steady detecting. The last time I was sitting here doing this and I brought up, you know, is this so-and-so here? Is this person here? And is this Mr. Moomaw? When I got to Mr. Moomaw, and I kind of felt very connected at that time. I felt like a strong yes without the REM-POD's help. And then I started talking about, you know, I'm sorry what happened to you, Mr. Moomaw. You know, that should have never happened to you. I've heard wonderful things about you. And then I mentioned to him that I met, which is crazy, I met one of his friends, really good friend of his. There we go again. I met a really good friend of his. Thank you, Moomaw. I met his really good friend, Elick. I won't say where because it is something that you're just not supposed to talk about. It was very random. I had met this person like, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, maybe, something like that, but I had no idea that he was really good friends with the previous property owner of our place and store owner and whatnot. And he just randomly asked me, where are you from? And I told him, and he was like, have you always lived there? And I'm like, you know, I've been there whatever this long. And he said, did you know Mr. Moomaw? And my heart fell into my stomach. I'm like, holy cow. And I said, you know what, it's really funny that you asked me that because I live on Moomaw's old property. I live where his store was at. And he was so excited that I knew about Moomaw. He was like, that was a really good friend of mine. And he had asked around and not a lot of people knew, and it was just so ironic. To me, there's no coincidence. It was just meant to be. And the way his face lit up was just like this was supposed to happen. So yeah, I was talking to the REM-POD and just mentioning all of those things the last time I was on here, and the REM-POD was just going insane, beeping, just you could tell it was attention catching. So whoever's here is still here with us because the light is constantly red. It's not even blinking at this point. It's just I'm here type of energy. Can you beep the REM-POD again, please? You're doing amazing. Thank you so much. I can't imagine, like I said, that this would be something easy to do on the other side. I have no idea, but I think it's incredible. It's beautiful. And this is validation. This is validation for those who don't believe, who can't see, who can't communicate through gifts, that there are other ways, that life never ends. It continues. It goes on and on and on and on. And it's such a beautiful thing. Our soul never dies. And these things help validate that for those who are skeptic. I'm sorry. Maybe you should get some of these devices. There's several different kinds. And just see for yourself if you already don't have some type of special gift where you can communicate in other ways. These are really interesting little devices, and they're not cheap. So, you know, that term, you get what you pay for, yeah, they're not cheap at all. So you're not getting junk, I can promise you that. And there, the light is still steady. It's not even blinking anymore. It's like, I'm here, I'm with you, I'm listening to you, I see you. Basically, you have my full attention. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you for activating the alarms and letting me know that you're here. Do you mind doing it one more time for me before I end this video? Do you mind touching the REM-POD just like you did a couple seconds ago, a couple minutes ago? As a farewell, just kind of as a I'm here and goodbye. Not goodbye, but bye. We'll do this again, I'm sure several times throughout this week. But I'm documenting, and so it would be a nice little ending to our video, our documentation. I feel like I can't speak this morning. I know that you're still here. I can see that you're still here. Also, the red light is still steady, so it's detecting. So if you look in the reflection of the REM-POD straight up, kind of follow the antenna up, you can see that there are two lights. There's the big bubble light and the little teeny light underneath it. So they are actually two separate lights. And you can't see on the actual REM-POD in the video because it all kind of blurs into one, but you can definitely see in the reflection. So that little light on the bottom underneath the big bubble light is the light that detects. When that little light comes on, that little light does not stay on, it does not come on. And as you can see, it's constantly on, it's not going off. When that little light is on, it's because it's detecting someone. Usually it blinks if it's detecting, but in this case, it's just steady on, which means whoever's here is very much here, and they're letting us know, and they're not backing off. They're very strong on standing and wanting us to know that they are here, that we do have their attention. So that light is on, and then the next step would be the alarms and all the lights going off, and that can happen in different ways depending on how much they're touching it or how close they are to it. So if they get closer, not that they're, you know, close enough already, that they're not close enough already, but the more they touch it, the stronger their energy is, that light will just start blinking, but then it'll also stop blinking, and it'll just start setting off the alarms. So when you see it blinking, it's kind of like they're putting their hand on it and taking it off, putting their hand on it and taking it off, which is really cool. So yeah, you can see both lights in the reflection, and here it's kind of blurred together because I guess it's a light, and it's pretty bright, and it's still on. Can you set off the alarm one last time, please, for today, or for now at least? Just set it off one last time, please. And I'll give you a little bit of time because I don't know that it's an easy thing for you to do. Sorry if my hands are a little shaky. I just finished a shot of espresso. Well, it was more like a cup, but I've been waking up every night around 2 and 3 in the morning and just have not been able to sleep. So I was up last night at 2, came in here for a little bit, and then decided I couldn't sleep, so I packed my husband's lunch and then cleaned up a little bit, and then me and the puppies, well, they're not puppies, but me and my dogs, finally were able to pass out on this recliner. I don't even know what time it was. It had to be like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I ended up being super sleepy this morning and slept in a little bit late. I needed that espresso, definitely. Got me awake, woke me up, however you want to say it. Now my hands are shaky, so anyways. It looks like whoever is here with us is just steady on the light. It is not blinking. It is steady on. It's like they're just sitting there, maybe, I don't even know, just sitting there touching it, but it's not strong enough to activate the alarm, but it is strong enough to activate the light sensor to let us know that they're here, and they're not letting go. I don't know how well you can see that. Crazy. It has never done this. Since I've used this, it's not done this. Thank you for holding on to the light for me. I know I've said thank you like 500 times, but I want to let them know that their effort to communicate is so appreciated. I do appreciate their time and their effort and whatever energy that they have to give up in order to come through and do this into, you know, the human world, the human realm. And they're steady holding it, which is so insane. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Okay, so I'm going to be ending this video. If you'd like your presence to be known, for the ending of this video, if you could please let that alarm go off one more time and we'll end the video, okay? We'll end this session. Just touch it somewhere different. Put a little more energy into it. Grab it. Stand on it. Do whatever it is that you have to do to it to cause the beepers, sensors to go off and be loud and beep. So funny because when I was talking about Moomaw and getting personal things together, it was just beep, 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 you know, constant. And now it's so silent, but it's still detecting. No, maybe I will run to the bathroom, leave this setting, see if it goes on. I'm not gonna get close to it, so I'm gonna go around it. First, I'm gonna set the camera up. Let's see. I thought I seen it blinking for a second. I don't know that you'll be able to see. I'm setting the camera down on the floor, so, well, maybe. I don't want to put it somewhere that it's not going to pick it up. Over here on the couch. this rock to like try to prop my phone up so it doesn't fall off when I go to the restroom. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm right here. You can probably see me in the reflection. I'm actually going to run to the restroom, and I'm going to leave the REM-POD sitting there, and the camera's going to be recording. So I'm stepping out. Okay, so I am back. I did not hear it go off any. That red light's steady on. I'm going to get up close and show you before I end the video, which is really interesting. But anyways, this is just a little home session that I thought I'd get on here and do. Just kind of show the REM-POD off, kind of explain what it does. This video is really long. I was not going to do videos this long because I don't know that they're going to upload. The first half of this video I think was like 9 minutes or something, if I can remember correctly. And that's how I was going to do it in different sections, part 1, 2, and 3, just because of how long they are. And with that being said, they might not upload on Facebook. So I don't know, I might have to get a YouTube channel and just kind of upload if Facebook doesn't work, which is probably not a bad idea. But anyway, so I'm going to show you up close. So you can see there, we're really close, like I am all up in its face. There are 2 different lights. There is one here and one there. Kind of looks like 3 with the reflection, but yeah, we're really close and it's not going off. So you have to get up and personal with the setting that I have it on and physically touch it. And those are the different alarms. And so you see this little light here. That little light will go off when something near it is being detected. And so it's been pretty cool with going off for us. So there is a settings. Oh, that's not me. That's not me. At all. Thank you. Definitely not me. And they are going off. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So yeah, there's our final beep and goodbye. It's how we're gonna end the video. That's really cool. So yeah, I guess they're wanting you to know. What I was getting ready to say is that was another way for them to be detected. Just how was, I'm at a loss of words right now. Just what was done. So the other lights, like the green light, yellow light, all those don't go off, but there is a way to make it go off by the middle, which I, as a person, human, cannot do. I can touch it and it can turn green and go off, but that exact way that it just showed you is something that I cannot do. So really, really cool. But anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in to this really long video. Hopefully I didn't bore you. I just wanted to explain the REM-POD. A lot of you aren't familiar with it. A lot of you are skeptics over paranormal research devices. But I wanted to just kind of give you a little preview of it and just have you see for yourself. Yeah, so look forward to seeing some more of these videos. This is something that I just freaking love doing. Grew up my entire life. Don't call me weird, but you know, playing with paranormal stuff and hanging out and just trying to get answers from the other side. In and out of cemeteries as a kid, ghost hunting, teenager, you know, different places like that. And so as an adult, this is just great because I can do what I want without anybody telling me, no, you can't do that because it's dangerous or whatnot. I am finally free to do what I want, and this is my passion, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. So thanks so much for watching.